to my channel. My name is Melody and welcome to my Simple Valley home. In today's video, I'm excited to share with you guys some fun recipes. It's called Dinner for Two. I decided to come up with this series to make it easy for you guys to enjoy cooking for your loved ones during Valentine's Day. It is a two-part series. The first part was a dessert recipe. It was a no-bake cheesecake recipe. If you guys have missed that video, I'll link it in the description box down below. Anyways, for the second part series, which is today, we are going to be making a white lasagna, a spin-off of a really good bacon avocado Caesar salad, and we're also going to be doing some homemade garlic bread knots. I got that recipe from Pinterest as well as the Caesar salad, but the white lasagna is my own recipe and I'm happy to share it with you guys. I love doing this recipe for special occasions with my husband, my family. It's super easy. Anyone can do it, anyone can follow it, and you can kind of make it your own. You can kind of switch it up if you guys are a little bit sensitive to certain seasonings. But I make it with turkey. I also do it with regular alfredo sauce. You guys could probably substitute for red sauce if you don't like white lasagna. All you need to do is just do the red sauce instead of the white sauce. It's very easy, it's very tasty. I can't wait for you guys to see this recipe. If you guys enjoy any type of cooking videos or any type of baking videos, please give this video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, let's go ahead and go over the ingredients that you're gonna need for the white lasagna. The first thing that you're gonna need is a good size deep pan. We like our lasagnas nice and thick. This is one of my favorite pans that I got from Home Goods. I use it for all of my Thanksgiving for stuffing. So the meat, we're gonna start with just plain 2 pounds ground turkey breast. I like to do the organic. And for my dairy, I'm gonna use a combination of Italian style 6 cheese blend and mozzarella. I usually get those giant bags. I believe it's like a 32 ounce, but they didn't have it. So I improvised. I decided to do 3 bags of the mozzarella and 3 bags of the Italian style. So that way I can just kind of layer it up and make it extremely cheesy. And then I'm also gonna use some baby spinach. And then instead of my ricotta cheese, I love to use organic low-fat cottage cheese instead of the ricotta. 1 onion for our meat. And then for the seasonings, we're gonna use a bay leaf. We're gonna do some minced garlic, some regular garlic powder, thyme leaves, basil, oregano, and onion powder. And then my secret is oven ready lasagna. And how you bake it is based on the instructions on the back. I love this stuff. I've tried boiling my lasagna and this is just so much quicker and easier. And for the sauce, I'm gonna use Bertolli Alfredo sauce. Now I usually do 2 Alfredo sauces and then 1 Bertolli of the Alfredo sauce and basil mix. I will put it in, I'll link it here for you guys so you guys can see what it looks like. But they were out of it, so I'm gonna improvise and I'm gonna just add basil to my Alfredo sauce, just to zhuzh it up, or doctor it up is what my dad says. So let's go ahead and get started on chopping the onion and let's get this going. Before we chop the onion, we're gonna preheat the oven for 375. I want to add as much flavor as I can into my white lasagna. To do that, I'm going to use a good size yellow onion. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it up in small chunks and get it ready to use for my chopper. Now, one thing that my dad has always taught me in the kitchen is to always have good kitchen tools. And this little gadget is a must. This little chopper is perfect for mincing your vegetables, and also it's perfect because it keeps your eyes from watering from when you chop onions. Now let's brown the meat. To start, I'm going to have my setting at a medium-low temperature, add some avocado oil, and then start caramelizing my onions. Once your onions are fully mixed in with the avocado oil, we are going to add some seasoning. To start, 1 hefty spoonful of minced garlic. a half a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1½ teaspoon of dried basil, 1½ teaspoon of dried oregano, do a couple shakes of some garlic powder. It's to your guys' preference. Before we add our turkey meat, we're just going to give our onions a good quick stir, get them caramelized. A good tip to know when they are ready is when you guys start to smell them. Now let's brown our meat. I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 pounds of meat, and then I'm also going to add a really good seasoning that I love to use from Trader Joe's. It's called 21 seasoning. This stuff is amazing. It has everything that you need. You're just going to give it a couple shakes to your liking on top of your meat, and the best part is you don't need to add salt or pepper with this seasoning because it already has it in. And another good kitchen tool is this amazing meat smasher. I will have this linked in my description box along with other gadget tools if you guys are interested. Now we don't want our ground turkey to dry out, so you're going to add a good hefty cupful of low sodium chicken broth. Now that we added our moisture, our chicken broth, you want to take your masher and just keep mashing, getting all those ingredients mixed in. Get it nice and tender. The final ingredient, a bay leaf. I love bay leaves. They add so much flavor into your meat. We are going to saute this meat for another 20 minutes. Keep it on medium low. Please keep a watch on it so it doesn't burn. Now let's make this white lasagna even easier. We're going to add already made 3 jars of alfredo sauce. Keeping your alfredo sauce at a medium-low temperature, we are going to doctor up this alfredo sauce. Give it some flavor. Just add a couple shakes of garlic powder to your liking. Also add 1½ teaspoon of basil. Now, if I would have used the other alfredo sauce that already had basil in it, I would not add basil. I would just use the garlic powder. Give it a good stir, and also you guys can taste it to see if you guys want to add any other seasoning, but I think it's perfect. Now that our meat is fully cooked, we are going to transfer it into our alfredo sauce. Give it a nice good stir, make sure all the ingredients are mixed well. You guys are also welcome to taste it together to see if you want to add any more seasoning. Now that our 2 main ingredients are mixed in together, this is an also easy way for us to assemble the lasagna. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and start layering this lasagna. I'm going to start with my Pam avocado spray. I'm just going to give it a nice good coat so that way the cheese does not stick. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my sauce, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick stir. And I'm going to layer the bottom of the sauce just on the bottom of the pan, so that way it's nice and even. Since these noodles are a little bit like they're oven ready, so you want as much moisture as possible. So that's why I like to layer the bottom with some good amount of sauce. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my oven ready lasagna noodles, and I'm going to just place them on the bottom like so. Like so. And then I'm going to do another layer of sauce. So this is on the bottom. I like to do 2 layers of sauce. And I'm going to just do a little bit across. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a nice spread. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, actually, you know what? I'm going to take my spinach here and give it a nice good layer. Take my low-fat cottage cheese and then just do some dollops of it. I like to do probably 4 or 6 depending on my mood. So today I want extra cheese, so we're gonna do 6. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Italian style 6 cheese blend and give it a good amount. So the reason why I also bought 3 of each is so that way I don't run out. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna do some mozzarella on top of that. And then I'm gonna layer again with my oven ready lasagna and then repeat it. I wanted to let you guys know on the back of the oven ready box, it does say to add water. Well, in this case, you don't need to, just because we have so much moisture from the alfredo sauce, the cheese, and also the spinach. Once you get to the top of the lasagna, you're going to add your oven ready lasagna noodles and then your final layer of sauce along with tons of cheese. Once your lasagna is fully assembled, you're going to wrap it with tin foil. Get it nice and tight so that way it steams it. You're going to bake it for 375 for 60 minutes. After 60 minutes, take off the tin foil and put your oven on boil. Once your oven is on boil, watch it for about 5 to 10 minutes until the cheese is fully melted and golden brown. Now let's start making our avocado bacon Caesar salad. To start with the ingredients, you're going to need romaine, you're going to need some cherry tomatoes, I like to use the medley, a good amount of parsley, 2 avocados, a Caesar dressing of your choice, I like the Lighthouse brand, and then also some shaved Parmesan. And the best ingredient of this salad is the bacon, lots of it. I got a nice size big bowl for my salad. I got my lettuce cleaned. I used my Thieves Veggie Soak to get that cleaned as well. And I'm going to take some good amount of tomatoes, preferably more than a handful, and get them sliced in half and just layer in my tomatoes in one corner of my salad. Now for the next layer to my salad, I'm going to add a good handful of chopped parsley. You're then going to add 1 avocado. I decided to do 1 instead of 2 just because this was a big juicy avocado, which I am not surprised being here in California. You're going to go ahead and cut it up in cubes and then scoop it in the other corner of the salad. Now for my favorite part, the bacon. You're going to make sure it's nice and cooled, and then you're just going to give it a good rough chop. I like to probably add a good 6 to 8 strips in, just depending on the size, just a handful. Now the final ingredient to top off our salad, a good amount of Parmesan cheese. This salad has always been my go-to for many years. Not only is it easy to make, but it's also been such a high requested salad through my family and friends. Now let's make the garlic bread knots. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some grated Parmesan Romano, some butter, some fresh parsley or dried parsley, oregano, garlic powder, salt, and grand biscuits. First step is to line your baking pan with some tinfoil and then give it a good spray with non-stick spray. Another kitchen tool that I recommend to use is this silicone mat. It is perfect to roll out any kind of dough, including these bread knots. To make these bread knots, you're going to first roll out each biscuit into a 12-inch rope. You're then going to tie it into a knot, and then you're going to take the ends and you're going to tuck them under. If you end up using the grand biscuits, I recommend that you roll it out just a little bit longer so that way you can take your time untying the knot, just because they are a little bit thick. I just wanted to let you guys know that I will have all the recipes linked in my description box, including these 2 recipes that I got from Pinterest, the Caesar salad and the bread knots. If you guys have any questions on any of these recipes, you can visit me on my Instagram page at My Simple Valley Home, or you can even leave a comment down below. Now let's make these bread knots extra tasty. You're going to take 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, you're going to melt it, then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. Half a teaspoon of oregano. A good nice size half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then finally a half a teaspoon of dried parsley. And since I was using fresh parsley, I added another half a teaspoon. You're going to add a pinch of salt and give it a good quick stir. Once your butter mixture is mixed, you're then going to brush your knots with half of the butter mixture. You're going to bake your knots for 400 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes until golden brown, and then you're going to brush the remaining butter mixture on top of the bread knots. And here's the final result. These turned out delicious. These were my first time making them, and I highly recommend this over regular frozen garlic bread. Okay friends, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me and making this meal. I hope you guys get inspired by making a great meal for you guys on Valentine's Day. What do you think, babe?
It looks amazing and so delicious.
Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's.
And happy Valentine's Day to you guys too. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye friends.